Hello and welcome everyone. So in this video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and show you what the outlook is for the next mid to long term. So when it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is now trading at 46,000 US dollar. It's down around 20% since its highs here back in the 22nd of February, the highs of around 57,000 US dollars. So when it comes to the fundamentals, let's start with the fundamentals. Bitcoin has been trading down the last few sessions, and that is majorly due to rising dollar and rising yields. In fact, especially yesterday, after Jerome Powell's comments about inflation that sent the US dollar up, and when the US dollar goes up, it puts pressure on everything quoted in US dollar, which means equities is going to put pressure on commodities, and it's going to put pressure as well on cryptos, not just Bitcoin, but mostly all cryptos quoted in US dollar. Now, when it comes to what the outlook is in the mid to long term, so one thing to take a look at for the short-term noise is going to be the US dollar. So a rising US dollar would put pressure, and however, the US dollar is right now trading at a resistance of around 92. So it's trading around the resistance at the moment. So we could see a reversal of the US dollar right now, and it would keep going down, especially if the Senate approves the stimulus package, and that could send the dollar a lot lower. And when that would happen, that would favor commodities, that would favor cryptos, and primarily Bitcoin, which is a safe haven asset, considered by many a safe haven asset. Same thing when we go to the rising yields, the 10-year yields, we are at around the resistance of 1.6, 1.5, like around this area, and even the RSI has never reached such a peak since 2007, and actually never went across this level ever. So this could be a strong resistance here. If the yields keep going up, that could be a very alarming thing, both for crypto, both for commodities, and for the markets in general. However, all of these data is basically pointing to a reversal in yields and a reversal in US dollar, especially if the stimulus is passed. Now, let's go take a look at the chart of Bitcoin, the daily chart of Bitcoin. So we've been doing these waves because, bull market, we are in a bull market right now when it comes to Bitcoin, and bull market, they don't go up in a straight line. They do zigzag. They go up, they consolidate and correct for a bit, and then they go up and consolidate for a bit. However, just note that every correction and every consolidation that we had right now was above this 55 period EMA. In fact, just look how precise it has been in the last correction, and it has been doing so. It has been, wait a sec, so it has been doing that since 2000, during the bull market of 2017 as well. So as you can see here, price went up, bull market started, price went up, bull market started, so price goes up, consolidates, stays above. This was just a quick fake out. Stays above the 55 EMA, same thing here, goes up, stays above the 55 EMA, and here goes up, stays above the 55 EMA. And the only time that we had went below this 55 EMA was the major reversal and the end of the bull market in Bitcoin in 2018, and we did go back. We backtested, and we just started this downtrend that lasted for more than 3 years right now. And then we started again. We went up, and no, this is not yet. So yeah, so we went up. This is the current bull market. We went up, we consolidated, we went up, we consolidated around here as well. And right now my prediction is that we're gonna go up and consolidate around maybe touch this EMA, maybe not. But just put in mind that dipping below EMA, this EMA would be a very worrying signal. So, you know, this would be a great tool to know where to put your stop loss. So right now, for example, if you take a look at the last movement of the price, it was kind of compressed between this line and the EMA, and the price would have to decide at a point where to go, either below the EMA or above the EMA, above this downward channel. And it did go up. So same thing could happen right now. If you take a look, same thing could happen. We could have this, so same thing could happen. We can have this compression between the EMA and this price and this downward channel. And if it goes above that downward channel, it would keep going up. So for now, what's happening right now is that we are trading in this range because we did the Fibonacci extensions here and we did the Fibonacci retracement, and it gave us the target of this correction. Plus there was a pivot point that was missed here. And when there is a pivot point that is missed, it acts as a magnetic level. And this is why prices tend to correct around that pivot point, because if you extend that pivot point, it's around 45,000, 44,500. So the price went back, corrected around, bounced back, and then came back, bounced back, came back, and bounced back. So it already bounced back 3 times. And this level also is the 50% retracement of Fibonacci level. So this is a very strong level. The 44,500 is a very strong level, and EMA right now is probably going to keep going up and reach that level, and we're going to have a compression between that level, the 44,500, and the downtrend, and then the price would have to decide where to go, in which direction to go. So this is when it comes to the daily chart. And also right now we're trading in this range of around 52,000 and 44,500. We're trading around this range here, which can provide good opportunity for short-term traders in these kind of range-bound prices, which is buying at the lows, selling at the highs of the range, and it can provide really good short-term trading opportunities. Now, when it comes to the long term, because this is the short term, and we could predict the next how big next leg up is going to be if we do a Fibonacci expansion. And if we take Fibonacci expansion and put it at the lows, however, we don't know where the lows is, so we're gonna theoretically say that the lows are around that level of 44,500, which is acting as a very strong support at the moment. So if you take a lows at that level and the highs at the highs that we had back in February, in the third week of February, it gives us a target of around, it gives us 2 targets. One short-term target of around 61,000 US dollar, and another target of around 72,000 US dollar. So if we do reach a target of 72, 75, 70,000, which would be this target, we might see another correction, same thing that happened here. Because what happened here is that if we do a Fibonacci expansions on the last wave that we had, which is this wave, it gave us approximately the target to look for. Plus there was a little bit of euphoria as well. So wait, if you take a look, as you can see, it gave us the target of 53,000. However, we had a little bit more of euphoria. And if we do the same, if same thing would repeat itself in this wave, in this up wave, we're gonna have a target of around 72,000, and with a little bit of euphoria we could reach 75,000. So this is a very strong area to look for. This is a very strong area to because a lot of people will be taking their profit around this area here, taking profit, or either taking profit or just starting to protect and be really careful about their positions. So this is the next area. If Bitcoin breaks above this downtrend here and stays above this EMA. So this EMA is a very, very strong level to watch for alongside the 44,500. Now, what I wanted you to take a look is at the, we're going to take a look at these two charts. The stock to flow model, which has been predicting Bitcoin prices since the last 3 bull markets. And we're going to take a look at the MA 2-year moving average multiplier. So let's start to look at the stock to flow model. The stock to flow model, because every 4 years, every 4 years, there is a bull market in Bitcoin. And this, the levels of where the Bitcoin prices reaches during those bull market has been predicted majorly by this indicator called the stock to flow model. So this is the stock to flow model. It's this line here. And from time to time, we have, every 4 years, we had this bull market. And whenever we had this bull market, it tended to overshoot a little bit above that line and then come back. Same thing. So it happened in 2011. It happened in 2013. It happened in 2017. And right now it could happen in 2021, where you could see price of Bitcoin shooting above this line here. So this line here right now is around 90,000 US dollar. That's a very high price. That's a very high price. And if history would have repeated itself and made an overshoot in the stock to flow model, it would give us a target of above 90,000. So $100,000 Bitcoin is, it's going to depend on many other fundamentals, but it is very probable to happen. It is a very probable thing to happen. Now, if you take a look at the moving average multiplier here, this indicator is basically a 2-year moving average and another 2-year moving average multiplied by 5. So with a deviation multiplied by 5, which gives us this range here. And above this line, above the 2-year moving average, we tend to say that the Bitcoin price is undervalued, and above it is overvalued. So as you can see here, during the last bull markets, the one that we had in 2011, we went above and we went down. So this can give you an idea of where we are in the cycle market, in the bull market of Bitcoin. So here we are around that line, and we've been rejected 2 times around that line. If we do cross that line, we would have that last strong euphoric move, and that could be last strong euphoric move. That could be really a good level to watch for, to start taking profits and to secure your positions. So we can, like right now, I'm gonna zoom in here. So here we tapped it 1 time, we tapped it 2nd time, and we can type it a 3rd time with this other leg up around 70,000 before having, if we do break this multiplied moving average, if we do break it, we would have that last strong euphoric move that could take us to 90,000 or even 100,000. It's very difficult to say for now, but it's a level that could be achieved. It's not impossible. So this is it. This is my view for Bitcoin right now in a short term, in the mid to long term. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and hope to see you soon. So yeah.